Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for Catholic Central League Boys Soccer. St. Mary's, 2 in a row. They were on the road yesterday, got a squeaked out a win, a very big win over Cardinal Spellman on the road. Now they're right back at it, but at least they're home. So back-to-back, St. Mary's trying to make it 2 wins in 2 days. Bishop Stang trying to finish off a long trip here to get to Manning Field and get a win. And a win for Stang will put them in the state tournament. Both teams are looking for their 7th win. Stang is 6-4-4. St. Mary's is 6-4-2. Dan Garcia doing an outstanding job, head coach of St. Mary's. Robbie Duarte in net for Stang. Nick Fusco for St. Mary's. Stang will be in the white, St. Mary's will be in the blue as we're getting set to get started here at Manning Field. Tough night here last night. 4 o'clock game, didn't get started till after 4:30. 4:45 game didn't start till almost 6:30. And I'm assuming the 7:30 game didn't start till after 8 o'clock. So a very long night. Luckily, I was only here for the first one. St. Mary's will put it in play and we'll be underway. And here we go. As St. Mary's knocks it deep. I don't have the coach's name of Stang. They didn't have a roster, and one of the assistant coaches very generously wrote one up for me. But I'm going to go out on a limb for this game, and I'm going to say the Spartans are going to win. And it's very easy for me to say St. Mary's Spartans, because Bishop Stang is also the Spartans. So unless there's a tie, the Spartans are going to win the game. St. Mary's trying to get control. They finally give it back. And it's booted upfield by Woodworth. Headed back by St. Mary's. Woodworth tips it ahead, got picked off by Stang. Martins with it, kicks it ahead. And it gets knocked out before Busick could get to it. St. Mary's will get the throw in. Stang took it away. They knock it deep. And Fusco will come out all the way out to the 10-yard line and field that long pass, and he'll kick it away. Now he just throws it away to one of his defensemen. Tipped a couple of times. St. Mary's winds up with it. Buza deflected to the near side. Martins comes away with it. Knocks it deep. Stang headed away. And St. Mary's can't keep it in. Went out off Marin. Bounces by everybody. So we're at a feeling out period. Game's being played between the 20s. Buser with a rush, dropped it back. Marin knocks it deep to the near side to Martins. Cuts it to the middle, tries to center it. Stang knocked it away. And Marys keeps it alive. Back out in your midfield. Stang knocks it up. Gets deflected off Stang. And it gets kicked out by St. Mary's. Aaron Lima throws it in. Knocked to the net. Didn't quite get there off the foot. Pispatis. Martins cutting it to the middle, taken away nicely by the defense. Back checking by Martins took it away. Stang knocks it up, and they carry it up. They knock it very deep. I don't think that's going to go out of play. Good job. I didn't think that would go out. It was very slowly. Woodworth did a good job blocking Stang away from the ball, and it finally went out. And St. Mary's will get to kick it away. They just barely got it upfield to a player, and now Stang blocked the would-be pass upfield. St. Mary's will get the throw in. They knock it deep. Stang knocks it back. Off a foot. Stang picks off the pass. And St. Mary's almost picked it off. And Marin knocks it out behind the St. Mary's bench. Sun is not as blinding as it normally is at this time when you look to your left, but it's still bright enough that it's very hard to read the scoreboard clock. St. Mary's trying to kick it deep. Buser collects. And his pass goes out of bounds. He's trying to get it to Martins. That was Payas throwing it in. Back checking by Buser took it away. Marin trying to knock it deep. Knocked down. Buser got a piece but deflected it away. He gets it back. Stang took it away. St. Mary's takes it back. Marin trying to knock it deep. Martins out in front trying to get by. Gets it to Buser. And the defense took it away. Buser's trying to line up a shot. He got double teamed. They took it away. Stang knocks it right into their bench area. User took the pass away. Martins, the near side, leaves it for Woodworth. Knocks it up. They give it back to Martins, trying to get it out in front, headed away. Martins got it back. Stang takes it away. Blocked nicely by St. Mary's. And Martins again gives it up to Woodworth. Tipped ahead to Buser. And Stang reaches around, knocks it out of play. And I don't know whether he didn't do the throw-in correctly. Whatever happened, they're turning it over and they're giving it to Stang. Martins takes it away. Gets it to Buser, trying to walk in. Throws it across. It bounced right over the foot of a St. Mary's player who was wide open. Great bid by Buser to get St. Mary's on the board. He beat the defense. He was at a tough angle. He threw it across, and it bounced right over the foot of the St. Mary's player that was right there with a virtually open net. Lima will throw it in. I think it was Santi Gil Perez was the one that was on the far side of that net that time for Buser's pass. Buser couldn't get it on net. He was at the side of the net, almost out of play. St. Mary's collects, they leave it for Marin. To the near side, Martins. Trying to get around, can't. Good defense. Martin gets it back. Still trying to get around. Marin can't get the shot off. They finally get it back. Well, they get it back to midfield. Now they get back to St. Mary's end. Pass picked off. Martins gets it back. Stang breaks up the pass. Broken up nicely by Fondy. Stang took it away. Woodworth knocked it upfield. Buser with it. Gives it back. Stang with the throw at midfield. They get by, but sliding and knocking it away nicely. Stang trying to walk in, still with it. Still has it. Taken away nicely by Fondy. Knocks it deep. Martins with another break down the near side. Cuts it, takes the shot, put it right on the money, and Duarte made the save. Good bid by Aiden Martins. That bounces by everybody. St. Mary's keeps it in. Stang gets the deflection. They knock it to the net. And Woodworth knocks it away just before, I think it was Pispatis was going to get a foot on it, maybe get a shot on net. Corner kick for Stang, coming from the near side. Everybody milling around, picking a partner. Everybody will break to the net. And there they go as the kick comes in. And Fusco got a hand on it, tipped it, left it there, and St. Mary's was able to kick it away. I think it was, might have been Woodworth. That goes out. Another corner kick for Stang. That was a shot right on the net. Fusco went up, couldn't catch it, dropped it, and the defender for St. Mary's, I was trying to pick up his number, kicked it away because it was laying right in front of the net. Now the corner kick coming from the far side. And again, everybody will break to the net, and it's knocked away. And St. Mary's knocks it upfield. And he knocked it deep upfield. Buser looking to go get it. Gets it. Looking to give it in the middle of the field with the pass. And it got deflected out by Lima with the defensive play. That shot goes way wide right. I think it was Dylan Crosby with that defensive play in front of the net on the deflection. It got knocked out. Aaron tips it ahead. St. Mary's with it. Broken up. They get it to Buser trying to get around. His would-be pass is deflected. Stang just kept it in. St. Mary's knocks it back. Stang winds up with it, and it's taken away. And they're going to call contact on the Spartans. Free kick for Stang coming from right around the 35-yard line. Dead center. Ethan Silva will take it. They pop it up to the right side, headed away by St. Mary's. Buser knocked it loose. And it's going to go out off the Spartans. Pop straight up in the air. Fondy got a head on it. Marin got a head on it. Buser with it. Marin tips it ahead for Buser. Pass was behind Marin. Stang took it away, coming down the near side. Throwing it across, Fusco will come way out of the net. That was going to go way wide right, but he came out, picked it, threw it upfield, headed away, but right to St. Mary's, and they just kept it in. They knock it deep, and they were lucky that Buser wasn't open when he got that rebound. That was going to go by then. It looked like it was going in. That was going to go by then, a high pop-up. Duarte reached out and got it. Duarte came out and knocked it away. When he knocked it away, he put it on the foot of Buser, and Duarte was way out of the net. But Buser couldn't handle it right away and couldn't get the shot off. So Stang got a break there. Popped up, headed up. Buser takes it back. Nice little shift to get around. Gets it to Martins. And knocked it way wide left, and Duarte come out and caught it on the fly, and he'll kick it away. Stang coming back. Woodworth gets it, keeps it in. Dude, that was Crosby keeping it in. Pass a little bit behind Fondy. Martin's battling, gets it back. Stang knocks it away. Buser keeps it in play. Buser with it. Yeah, it goes out off Buser. St. Mary's right back in the Stang Inn. It's been there most of the time. It skipped past, and St. Mary's is offside. They're way behind the defense on the far side. Marin got a head on it, popped up. Fondy knocked it up. Stang trying to knock it deep. Faust got a head on it, breaks it up, takes it away. He tried to knock it deep. Stang broke it up. Fondy keeping it alive. Buser with it, kicks it. They kick it up once again. Martins. Crosby gets it in the middle to Fondy. Stang breaks it up. And we're going to knock it deep. And the Stang player just fell down. He was about to kick it upfield and he fell down. Martins trying to get around, gets around. Back with it, throws it out in front. It deflected away. it bounced right by a St. Mary's player because it took a big hop. Woodward kicked this a mile up in the air. It's like Weber got a head on it. Marin keeps it alive. Stang knocks it up. They knock it deep. Stang winds up with it. And Woodward just picked off the pass nicely. Good defense by Noah Woodward. Martin's broken up. Stang with a rush gives it up. Tipped away nicely by Fondy. Martin's trying to knock it deep. Stang's defense is there to keep it away. Bodies go down all over the place. A couple of Stang players went on top of each other. Trying to kick it deep, Stang blocked it. And they take it away. Good defense by Stang. And St. Mary's picks off the pass. Nobody can get really any offense going. St. Mary's has come close a couple of times. Stang hasn't come close to Fusco. Martins knocks it ahead. Stang knocks it out. So in this Catholic Central League battle, we started even, we're still even. Bishop Stang, nothing. St. Mary's, nothing. We got a timeout down in the field. They come out of the timeout, we're still dead even. St. Mary's has prevailed territorial-wise. They've had a couple just misses. They've had a couple where passes went by and they just bounced over a foot, or player couldn't get the foot on the ball to get the shot off. Stang hasn't come close to Nick Fusco. And something with a foul with the throw up in again. I don't know how you can foul it up. You just throw the ball in. He's almost overran it. Fondy with it. Deflected off his foot. Stang picked it off. And St. Mary's knocks it out. Faust knocked it out. Stang picked it off. This is the deepest they've been in possession, and St. Mary's takes it away. And Stang knocked it out. They've had a couple of corner kicks. User coming around, kicks it back. I'm not sure what that call was. I didn't see any contact. Usually just pass the ball back. But they're giving Stang a free kick. I'll never get up to date on the rules of this game. Never, ever. They boot it deep away off left. St. Mary's carries it back. Martin's just kept it in. Now they say he didn't keep it in. They're saying it went out. And they lost it out of bounds and went out off Silver. Stang had to save it to keep it away from Buser. Weber went high over the back to try and keep that in play. Crosby trying to knock it upfield. Martins gets it to Buser. Trying to get around. Still with it. Tapped it, got it, somehow got it to Martins, but Stang finally knocked it loose and knocked it upfield, and they knocked it out of play. It's been virtually in the same, in the Bishop Stang end. Almost entirely. If and when Stang gets it in the St. Mary's end, it's not there very long. They knock it deep to Martins again. He's been involved a lot on that near side. St. Mary's trying to keep it in. Stang knocked the centering pass away. Stang knocks it up. Sliding, Woodworth knocked it away. Crosby gets it to Martins. All the way back to Woodworth. High pop-up off the head of Weber. Stang knocks it out. Off Buser. Stang trying to get around everybody. Finally get knocked out by Crosby. Stang knocks it out. Martins knocks it to the middle, headed away by Stang. Martins trying to battle and get it back. He takes it away. And he got knocked down right in front of the officials, no call. He gets up and gets the ball. And Fondy was standing there waiting to head the ball in, and Duarte cut right in front of him and picked it off. Martins threw it across. It was going to go wide left. Fondy came running in. He was going to head it into the open net, and Duarte cut almost like an interception in football. He cut right in front and picked the ball off. I'm sure Fondy's eyes were lighting up. He was going to knock it in easily. And then there was Duarte picking it off. Stang playing the ball. It goes out. And they're going to call it off Stang. I thought it went off Stang. The defender thought it went off St. Mary's. St. Mary's going to get a corner kick. Coming from the far side, I think this is Marin taking it. out in front. Bodies go down. Stang defender sitting next to Duarte, who grabbed the ball and held on. That was right out in front. St. Mary's couldn't get anywhere near the ball. Stang will kick it away. Deflected. And Stang knocks it out behind the Stang bench. Well, we got substitutions for both teams. Stang knocks it away. And they take it away. And pass upfield, nobody there. Gets knocked upfield by Woodworth. They give it back. They try to center it. Stang picked it off. One too many passes. They might have been able to get a shot off there. Blocked upfield, Stang knocks it away. St. Mary's knocks it back. They give it to Woodworth. And trying to knock it deep, looking for Buser. Knocked away, headed away by St. Mary's. Deflected, knocked deep. They give it back to Duarte, and he kicks it upfield. Marin got a piece of it, but couldn't control it. They squeezed by nicely, squeezing right through 2 or 3 defenders. Woodworth blocked the pass. Now Woodworth there to play defense. And they knock it out off Woodworth. And Lemur again will throw it in play. Popped up. St. Mary's knocks it away. Stang keeps it in. Trying to walk in just at the last second. I think it was Woodworth who slid and got a piece of that just as they were lining up a shot. Deflected by the defense. Stang will take it back. With a rush, they knock it deep. Deflected away by Faust. They give it back to Fusco, and he kicks it upfield. Marin gets around nicely, still with it. Trying to give it up, he threw it away. So back and forth we go. The official finally waved that it was St. Mary's ball, and it was St. Mary's was already putting it in play. Buser trying to get around. Gets bumped off the play, gets it back. And it taken away, bodies go down. I think they're going to call it on Buser. He reached for the ball and got the ankle of the player and took him down. Stang player is still down. Sitting down, but still down. Nobody's coming out to check on him. Now he's up. Seems to be okay. In fact, he's going to take the kick. So I guess he is okay. Final 2 minutes. The clock will be kept by the officials down on the field. User can't get around. Marin trying to squeeze by. Takes a shot. It got blocked. Never got anywhere near the net. Out off St. Mary's. Well, St. Mary's still has dominated territorial-wise, but they can't get a real good shot on Duarte. Down the far side with a rush, trying to throw it in front. User got a foot on it, but couldn't tip it the right way. He tipped it off to the left and out of play. Nice rush, nice pass across. I think that was forced. St. Mary's knocks it out. Can't be a lot of time left. This period that goes out into the St. Mary's bench area, off St. Mary's. St. Mary's kicks it back upfield. Stang just can't keep it in the St. Mary's end long enough to get a shot off. Bouncing around, Woodworth knocks it away. Stang pops it up. And they blow the whistle, and that's going to do it. So nothing to choose. We started dead even. Neither team could do very much of anything offensively. St. Mary's had a little bit of an edge territorial-wise, but nobody got a real good shot on net. Stang didn't get a shot on net. St. Mary's had a couple that they just missed, especially that what would have been a header by Fondy if Duarte didn't make that great save coming across and picking it off. So we started dead even. We played 40 minutes in this Catholic Central League battle, and we're still dead even. St. Mary's nothing, Stang nothing at halftime. Welcome back to Manning Fields. We're just about set to start the second half, and we'll start it virtually the same way we started the first half, except it'll be Stang putting in play instead of St. Mary's, because neither team scored in the first half. We mentioned both teams looking for their 7th win. The 8th win will be very big for both teams, but even bigger for Stang. An 8th win would put them in the state tournament. An 8th win by St. Mary's will put them a lot closer. It'd be a game away. Actually, 2 points, because there are ties that could happen. So we're going to start the second half 0-0. Nobody came close, really, to get a shot on net. Robbie Duarte in net for Stang and Nick Fusco in net for St. Mary's. Didn't have to make any big-time plays. The closest anybody scored, a corner kick by Stang. Fusco went up, caught it, couldn't hold on to it. It dropped back down. And just as it was dropping down, it might have been Faust that knocked it away. It dropped and it was laying in front of the net. And before anybody could touch it, St. Mary's kicked it away. But St. Mary's had it in the Stang end the larger time. of that first half. And now they got it right back and Stang in again. St. Mary's was going to put it in play, and the referee said no, it went out off St. Mary's. That one bounces by everybody. Fondy got a head on it. Buser with it. Faust. It gets deflected out by Stang. St. Mary's will get a corner kick. That sun has gone away. It's just a swirl of clouds and blue sky up above. And it's cold, and it's getting colder. There's a small crowd here for this one on a Wednesday afternoon. Corner kick coming from the near side. Everybody getting to the net. St. Mary's got a piece of it. They hit it. And sitting down on the turf, Robbie Duarte grabbed it and held on. Buser got a head on it. It went down. Duarte went to the ground, sitting down, grabbed it and held on and kicked it away. Faust takes it away. Out off St. Mary's. Stang catches the bouncing ball. St. Mary's knocked it loose. Buser back checking, knocked it away. Fondy tips it. Foss coming down the far side. It got knocked away by Jacob Antonis. Knocked out by St. Mary's. And Stang will get to kick it away. St. Mary's picks off the pass. They get ahead. St. Mary's is way offside. Buser knocked it loose. St. Mary's comes up with it. Trying to get in the middle. Buser was there looking for the pass, but Stang picked it off, never let it get to him. He would have been a good spot to get a shot. Stang didn't let him get the ball. That pass way ahead of Faust, and then he went to go get it. He got slammed into by the Stang player. Antonis hit him with a body block and knocked him down, but he jumped right back up again. Fondy got a head on it, bouncing loose. Buser couldn't collect. Fondy does. And they're going to call. There was all kinds of contact. Everybody banging. They call it against Stang. And Fondy will kick it away. High and deep. It skips through. Stang clears it away. And Stang with a rush. They get it up, looking to get around. Nice defense by Gil Perez. They pop it toward the net. It bounces loose. Pascal just grabbed it at the deflection with a white shirt bearing down on him. Fondy heads it up. St. Mary's collects. Trying to knock it to the net. Fuser was hoping it got through, but the defense broke it up. Out off Stang, right at midfield. Fondy gives it to Faust. Fondy. Buser pass. Misconnection. He threw too far in front for Marin. Stang picked it off. St. Mary's knocks it back. It got headed up. St. Mary's trying to walk in. Marin takes the shot. It goes wide right. Excuse me, it was Martins taking the shot. Went wide right. Duarte will kick it away. It's a flex right to St. Mary's. Out off Stang. St. Mary's has come close a couple of times. They broke open one pass. The receiver would have been open. Stang was able to get a foot on it or knock it away. Stang coming back. They knock it deep, looking for a break, tipped away by the defense. I think that was Chevalier. Foss gets it up to Buser. Buser to Marin, left it for Buser. Marin picks up the loose ball. Buser gets it back, takes the shot, put it right on the net. Duarte was able to make the basket catch, and he'll kick it away. Marin picked it off. Foss with it, gives it back to Marin. Taken away nicely. That was Antonis with a nice defensive play, and then Fondy gets it back for St. Mary's. Buser with it, looking to walk in, trying to get around, tips it ahead, knocked to the net. Abila and Buser both going for the ball. Duarte squeezed between the two, grabbed it, held on, he'll kick it away. So St. Mary's putting a lot of pressure on, but they're just about a step and a half away from getting a good shot. St. Mary's takes it away. Down the far side. They send it out in front, headed away by Stang. Marin looking for it, overran it. Pushed up, great rush, still with it, and then Foss back checks and takes it away. Stang gets it back. St. Mary's knocks it away. Marin heads it away. Buser with it. Knocks it ahead. Abila couldn't get there. It goes out of play. Buser's mad at himself for kicking it that far ahead. Substitution for Stang. Aaron picked it off. Blocked, he gets it back. And contact against Stang is going to give St. Mary's a kick from the 15-yard line. St. Mary's with a chance to break the deadlock. Aaron picked it, tried to go around the defense. They took him down. And let's see who's going to take it. Looks like it's going to be Woodworth. Yeah, too much foot. Get it dead center, but put it up over the net, way out of play. Stang knocking it deep. They have it as deep as they've been in a long time. They throw it across, picked off by St. Mary's and cleared away. Busick got a head on it. Stang knocked it away. Busick gets it back to himself. Bodies go down. Busick goes down. Another player goes down. There's bodies all over the place. Hughes was very slow getting up. He's up, thank goodness. Stang with it. That's going to go way wide right and out of play. Hughes was talking to the official saying, look up my knee, I got taken down, why didn't you blow the whistle? Hughes winds up with it. And he knocked it down, but they're saying it got it on the hand. So Stang quickly puts it in play. They get by. They take it down the far side. And I think that was Woodworth sliding and knocking it out. And Stang's going to get a corner kick from the far side. Still 0-0 in this Catholic Central League battle. We mentioned both teams looking for their 7th win. Stang has had a couple of ties more than St. Mary's, so they're a lot closer to the state tournament. In fact, they're 2 points away. Headed away by St. Mary's. And Stang knocks it almost back to midfield. Popped up to the near side. And it's going to go out of play. St. Mary's will get the throw in. That was Santi Gil Perez with that rush. Usually back playing defense. House broke it up. Buser winds up with it. Gets it ahead to Avila. Trying to get it to Marin. Defense picked it off. Both defenses have played very, very well. St. Mary's picks it off. Winds up with Faust. Up to Buser. Knocks it way deep to the far side at foot race. Duarte started to come out, then he had to wait because he wasn't going to get to the ball first. I think Martins was going to get there first. All Martins could do was just kind of tap it. Duarte grabbed it at the side of the net and cleared it away. Deep, St. Mary's breaks it up. They take it away, and they take it around, and they take it back down deep. And Stang breaks it up and knocks it out. St. Mary's was trying to clear it. They slipped and fell. They get it back. Still with it. Great job. Finally knocked away. I think that was Weber. It was either Weber or Crosby making that nice rush and finally got knocked away. And now Stang coming back the other way. Out in front, and there's Foss stepping in front nicely and taking it away. And Stang returns the favor. And there's Faust again. That came right back and hit him in the face and hit the Stang player as well. It got blocked. It deflected. I think it hit Foster on the face, and it deflected right into the face of the Stang player. And they're coming out to check on him. He's going to go to the sideline. That's a tight, hard ball he got hit in the face with. Foss got hit with a deflection. They broke the play up and hit the Stang player right in the face and deflected right to the face of Foss. They put it back in play. Weber gives it up, trying to knock it deep. Trying to knock it out in front, headed away by the defense. They're not letting anything get to Duarte. Bodies go down, they'll call it on St. Mary's. Pembroke will get the free kick. Headed away by St. Mary's. Headed away by Stang. Buser got a foot on it, tipped it to himself, hustles downfield, trying to cut back to the middle, falling down, got the shot, couldn't get a lot on it. He still wants to, he's acting official. He took me down, why don't you blow the whistle? He couldn't get anything on the shot. He just tipped it to the side of the net. Duarte handled it easily. Hughes has been having a long conversation with the official on the near side. Knocked away by St. Mary's. Nobody's getting close to the goaltenders. They try to give it to Buser. Great defensive play. They took it away. St. Mary's takes it back. I think that was Saranza with the defensive play. Buser trying to get around. They knock it away from behind. Off Antonis. St. Mary's will get a corner kick. Buser's still having a conversation with the official. They're giving it a kick to Stang. I thought for sure that the Stang player reached from behind and kicked it out, but they're calling it off St. Mary's. We're past the halfway mark of the second half. Still no score. And they're going to call Faust for the takedown. Silva knocks it away. Martins winds up with it. Knocks it very deep. Buser's looking to get there. He's there. And it got blocked by the defense. Great defense. Looked like he was going to be all by himself and bang that one home. I think it was DaCosta who made the defensive play. Just caught up and blocked it. They'll be happy to give St. Mary's a corner kick rather than give Buser a goal. He lined it up like, here it comes, I'm breaking the tie. And DaCosta from behind never let the shot get away. Knocked it away. They try to center it. They didn't do a good job with that corner kick. And here's Buser again, down on the turf. He's been down on the turf quite a bit. Trying to walk in. It got knocked out. It'll be a throw-in. They knock it deep. Abila tipped it away. Now they knock it all the way back to Duarte, who kicks it way upfield. St. Mary's kicks it into the Stang bench area. And St. Mary's kicks that one way out of play. That might have gone out in the street. That might have bounced over the fence and gone into one of the driveways across the street. Thrown ahead. Duarte will get there before Avila does. Neither team can still get a shot on net. I know one of the neighbors just threw the ball back over the fence. Call against St. Mary's. Right about midfield, Stang will get the kick. Again, it will be Silva. headed away by St. Mary's. Stang keeps it alive. St. Mary's knocks it away. And they'll take it upfield. They knock it deep. Abila was there, and they couldn't call him offside, huh? Did they call it? He was stuck between three defenders. They called contact on Abila. St. Mary's picks off that pass. And then Stang knocks it out. They were going to try and take it in bounds, but they call it off Stang. They tip it ahead. Off the side of the net, St. Mary's knocks it home. Buser knocked it. It hit the post. It deflected out, and it was Martins. Martins was in the right place. Buser took the shot. It hit the post. It deflected out in front, and sitting right on the doorstep was Martins, Aiden Martins, and he knocked it home. That's a huge goal with 14 minutes left. So all that pressure from St. Mary's finally pays off. Buser took it away. He was almost out of bounds coming in from the far side. Tried to center it. It hit the crossbar or the post, and it deflected right out in front, and Martins was right there with an open net, just tipping it home, saying thank you. And the two guys who have been involved quite a bit up front for St. Mary's, Buser and Martins, combined to get the goal and give St. Mary's the lead. They knock it deep, they knock it out. Tough goal for Stang to give up. Buser blocked. I think that was Saranza. They shall shift around to get clear and knock it upfield. They knock it to the middle. Fondy a little behind the back action. Fondy gets a foot on it and tips it to Martins. Coming down. Knocked it to the near side. Faust walking in. Throws it across. Tipped by Martins. Great passing by St. Mary's. They threw it across. Faust shot it to the net. Martin stepped in front, got a foot on it, deflected it by Duarte, and St. Mary's has some breathing room. So they kept the pressure on. Martins made a great move to the middle, gave it to Faust down the near side. Faust walked in, took the shot. Marin was breaking down to the net, and he just redeflected Faust's shot past Duarte, and St. Mary's has grabbed a 2-0 lead. And the way the defenses have been going, almost seems like 12. One goal was going to look awful big in this game. Now St. Mary's has 2. And they try to center it. And I think it got blocked by Stang. St. Mary's will get a corner kick. we mentioned St. Mary's is trying to make it 2 wins in 2 days. They played yesterday and got a big win at Cardinal Spellman, 2-1. Headed away. Shot from long range. Diving, making the save with Duarte, but it was going to go wide left. He was going to get to kick it away anyway. Knocked down by Gil Perez. He takes the shot, knocks it way wide right and out of play. So nobody could do anything. St. Mary's came close, but they never really challenged Duarte through the entire game. And then all of a sudden, within a matter of a minute or two, St. Mary's gets 2 pretty goals. One of the St. Mary's players going out. He's walking on his own steam, but he's walking out slowly like he was hurt. They're taking him out. Stang will get to kick it away. Duarte line drives it. St. Mary's picks it off. Fondy knocks it up. Off Buser. Buser with it again. Trying to get around, hesitating, still trying to get around. Trying to center it out in front. And I think that was Saranza again, second a foot out in front of Marin and not let him get the pass. Martins took it away from Florent. Speak up, I can't hear you.
My mom has a meeting in 3 minutes, and she can't pick me up after the game. Is it okay if I go now?
Is he gonna take the stuff?
Yeah.
I guess. Is he okay with it?
Yeah, I'll ask him.
That goes way wide left, out of play. St. Mary's with those 2 big goals breaks this one open. Defense for Stang had kept them away. They didn't challenge Duarte at all. What a great move by Buser. Setting up Aiden Martins. And then initially Martins taking it to the net, getting it to Faust down the near side, and Faust's shot going to the net, and then Mauricio Marin stepping up and getting a piece of it and tipping it by the goaltender. And that's where we are, 2-0. As Fondy goes down. Weber with it. Fondy gets it back and gives it to Crosby. Martins with it. It got deflected. He was trying to get it across the Buser. It got deflected by Stang all the way down. Duarte came out way to his left, picked off the deflection, and he'll kick it away. And it goes out. St. Mary's will get the throw-in. So the clock is now the enemy for Stang. User gets around. Just able to tap it toward the middle, and Duarte was there to grab it. He'll kick it away. Fusco and net for St. Mary's had a fairly easy time. We got a Stang player down, but he's getting up. Duarte grabs it again. He'll kick it away. User gets knocked down. And again, no call. He's slow getting up. He spent a lot of time on the turf. St. Mary's breaks it up nicely. Stang. They throw it across. They didn't take the shot. They could have taken the shot. They gave it up, and now St. Mary's clears it away. Martin's with it, gets around. Still getting around. Lost it, gets it back. Finally gives it up to Crosby, who gives it back to Fondy. Crosby gets it back, and it winds up with Martins. They knock it deep. Stang clears it away. Weber picks it off. Buser gives it back to Weber. Buser with it. Tipped it deep to Weber. Stang let it go out of play. So we're down to the last 5 minutes, and that'll be kept by the officials down on the field as St. Mary's makes wholesale changes. Dan Garcia going deep to his bench, leading 2-0. So Sante Gil Perez, Jackson Chevalier, Noah Woodworth back there playing defense, have been very good for St. Mary's. And they call St. Mary's Thomas Bako for the takedown. Antonis will take the kick. Headed away by St. Mary's. Stang could get it in St. Mary's end, but they couldn't really get a shot off. Fusco didn't have to make any saves at all. That one play, corner kick, where it looked like it was going to go past the net. Fusco went up, caught it. It wasn't going in the net. It was going by the net. He dropped it, and it looked like it was Gil Perez. It could have been Faust. I'll give them both credit. That knocked it away, and that's as close as Stang could come. And at that time, it was 0-0. St. Mary's will knock it out of play. As we're winding down, this one, St. Mary's getting two late second half goals are going to get their 7th win. And that got tipped away, deflected out in front of the net, and St. Mary's cleared it away. Fusco couldn't get to it. And that net was wide open, but St. Mary's is the only team there to knock it away. That was either Chevalier or Gil Perez. Can't get the shot off. The defense takes it away and knocks it away. Knocked upfield, they kick it back to Duarte to kick away. And it gets knocked out. So we're just waiting now for the whistle to end it. There's a great rush by Ryan Buser down the far side. He went down, he was almost out of bounds, coming in from the right side, the far side. And we tried to center it, it hit the post or it hit something, bounced out in front, and Aiden Martins was there to knock it into the open net. And that made it 1-0. And very shortly after that, Martins got involved again. He made a nice move, got around a couple of people, took it toward the middle, dropped it to the near side to Faust. And Faust, and here's a breakaway by St. Mary's, and they pushed it too far. They had a breakaway. And St. Mary's player is down. He collided with the goaltender. That might have been Gabriel Makua Sykes. He was all by himself walking in, and he pushed it too far. Duarte was able to come out and get it, and just as he got it, Makua Sykes went right over him and landed behind him. It's a long 5 minutes. As I say that, they blow the whistle and the game is over. Fusco will get the shutout. So Buser's great rush, the shot deflected out in front. Martins knocked it home for the goal to make it 1-0. And then Martins made a great rush, took it to the middle, dropped it to the near side to Max Faust. He shot it to the net, and coming to the net was Mauricio Marin, who got a piece of the shot and deflected it by the goaltender Duarte to make it 2-0. And that was the final score. Fusco never really had to worry about anything except that one corner kick, and that was going by. He didn't have to make any saves at all. Duarte didn't have to make any either until those 2 goals. So St. Mary's will go to 7-4-2. They make it 2 wins in 2 days in the Catholic Central League. Bishop Stang will drop to 7-4-4, and they'll have to wait till their next game to try and get a win to qualify for the state tournament. St. Mary's gets a little bit closer as they're within a game of qualifying for the state tournament. So the goal by Aiden Martins with the assist to Ryan Buser. The goal by Mauricio Marin with the assist by Max Faust. Helped out by Martins on that play. Fusco gets the shutout. St. Mary's gets the win. So the 2 teams going for the 7th win we mentioned. Both teams, the Spartans, it's the home Spartans getting their 7th win to go 7-4-2. And again, making it 2 wins in 2 days. So 2-0 St. Mary's over Bishop Stang. It's going to be a tough ride back, and it's a long bus ride back as well. So 2-0 St. Mary's over Stang. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.